Hi guys, and welcome back to LPB Racing for the Mixed Championship on Project Cars 2. This is round 5, race 1. This is a track change one, so we're on the GP version of Rapana Park. First in Vintage, Touring and GT B class. Get ready for a start. Off we go. Bidzster at the back and TY because they were first and second in the last one. Everyone else away well. As we come down towards the first corner, lots of BMWs in this and the odd other car. As Blakeney and Neil almost contact into the first corner. And now the cameras go funny, good time to do that. There's a few cars in the background. Oh no, one of the two cars in the background gone round. That's Keith and Footman. Keith and Footman have gone round. So after this first lap we'll get a replay on that. Bidzster's already up to 6th place in that big Merc. BMW's all round. Obviously BMW the popular car. Into the hairpin, Bidzster up the inside of Stevie there, goes through TY behind in the Escort. Very underpowered car, but very good round the corners and on the brakes because it's very light, but it doesn't have the speed. Sarek's in the lead then in the Mercedes for Team Blue. Big blue Mercedes. His teammate Seat 1 unfortunately not able to make these races tonight, as I thought I saw a car off there. It was a Marshall's post that kind of caught me out there. There's James Deluxe, one of Stevie's friends, coming to join in for the another championship race. He did quite well last time in the Radicals. The last time he was here in the Radicals, he was quite good. There's James Deluxe then. He's on the back of Neil Farmack, trying to put him under some pressure. TY very out of shape in the background as Bidzster goes up the inside of James Deluxe into the hairpin. Good move there from Bidzster. Can he make it stick in that big Mercedes? Sliding the car left and right. There he goes, yeah, little flash of the lights, say thank you. Now look at the speed of the Mercedes on the straight. It's very heavy, it's not very good around the corners, but on the straight it is a beast. And it just powers past Neil Farr like he stood still. And then into the braking point, you'll see here, this way, see look there, the BMW closes right up there. But the Mercedes not too shabby around the corners, it had to be said. It's just a bit of a hard handling car, as Jamo now has a look to get past Blakeney for second place. Bidzster closing up on these two. Sarek's ahead in the other Mercedes. So Team Black, again one car, Lil Yamal able to make this meeting also. Neil Farmack up the inside, Bidzster very wide in that Mercedes. Right round the outside though, sideways and just about holds on to it. Jamo still behind Blakeney, looking for a way through as we look at James Deluxe in the background, having a look at Neil, but no way through there either. TY further back, Stevie has a cheeky little look, but no way through there. As we look back at Bidzster and Jamo and co. And Blakeney goes wide, Jamo goes through on the inside. Jamo goes through past Blakeney there. So Jamo into second place. He's running independent in this one, he's not Team Black, he's just running independent. And Blakeney for Team Green. Third place teammate Keith got involved with Footman at the first corner there, way back down the field. As Sarek's still in the lead from Blakeney, from Jamo, from Blakeney, but now from Bidzster. Bidzster at the inside of Blakeney, around that long sweeping corner. It's not too bad around the corners, it has to be said, that Mercedes. I thought it would be a lot worse than this. And then little flash the headlights saying to Jamo, I'm coming for you. Blakeney flashes lights at Bidzster as well. Look at the speed of the Mercedes, he's already on Jamo. He's already going to have a look for a way past. Into the hairpin at the first corner, almost contact. Into the corner, Neil Farmack's on the grass, James Deluxe up the inside of Blakeney, hits Jamo from behind, boom. But everyone gets away with it well, and then got some cars off in the background, some damage on some cars as well. Stevie's the wrong way round, so we'll get some replays on that and the first lap replay as well. Here we are on board with Footman at the start of the race to see what happened between him and Keith. So you see we're going into the corner, there's Bidzster on the left, Azada on the right, we go with filter in. Keith goes wide there, Stevie misses him, and then he just comes across, and then just, I think just two cars going for the same piece of track. So Footman hits him round. No real harm there from anyone, just two cars lost a lot of time, but not really anyone's fault in that case. Here's on board with Neil Farmack into the first corner on lap 3 to see what happened. So he hits the brakes, then just brakes too late, bang! Hits the back of Blakeney, Blakeney goes off there, and then there goes James Deluxe, and then we got a little tap from behind, and that was Stevie trying to sneak up around inside. Here we are now on board with Stevie, going down towards the first corner. It's the replay of what happened on the third lap. So see, Neil goes into the back of Blakeney, we go a bit wide, and then we try and go up the inside, of which there is no gap, and then we take Neil off, but then we do more damage to ourselves. as we come back from that. So you see Blakeney here under pressure from James Deluxe after all that. So Blakeney, a little bit of rear damage on that, quite a bit of rear damage on that car, it has to be said, so that'll be affecting the handling. As, oh, Stevie almost into the oncoming traffic there. Wow, Stevie having major issues in that BMW. We'll get a replay on that. And here we are again on board with Stevie on the same lap, just after that, what that happened. Goes wide onto the curb, loses the back end, goes round onto the grass, but then look, he's heading towards the other bit of the track where the other cars are racing. Whoa, so close to disaster there. You'd think they'd put a barrier down the middle of that bit of track, but obviously not. But yeah, Stevie very lucky there not to take out any competitors. So as we continue from that replay, Jamo in third place then, Bidzster ahead, so the two Mercedes out front. Clearly the Mercedes is the car to have. Everyone else having to suffer the consequences in that BMW. Everyone thought the BMW would be a very good car, and Bidzster and SHAREx go for a gamble in the Mercedes, and it pays off because that car is very, very powerful. But the BMW, very good around the corners. If it was a much more of a twisty track, then the BMW would be right up there and probably be leading the race. But because there's the amount of acceleration and top speed zones on this track, the Mercedes is just able to pull away. So Jamo trying to keep within there. James Deluxe there behind Blakeney. So again, not letting Blakeney out of his sights. Not much damage on James Deluxe's car. Blakeney with a lot of rear damage on that car. That'll be affecting the handling quite bad, I would imagine. As we go into the first corner, Blakeney up on the curb, a little bit slow out. James Deluxe has a good look up the inside. It's a tight kink in this next one. Not really room for two cars. As James Deluxe sensibly backs out of it, Blakeney continues ahead. Good driving there from James Deluxe, good awareness for what's happening around him. Meanwhile, TY's all the way back in 11th place, somewhere around here, or he's disconnected, one of the two, because he's nowhere to be seen. Stevie is right at the back after that faux pas on the other lap, or quite a few faux pas in one, has to be said. But Keith up to 9th place now. Footman, there he is at the hairpin, he's a bit further ahead than when he were at the start. As we look at Jamo in third place, just trying to catch up to Bidzster. Then we've got Blakeney and James Deluxe. Looks like that's the battle on track to watch at the moment. Still close together. Blakeney still carrying that rear damage. As we go into the right hand kink here, don't run too wide as Blakeney does there, showing us what not to do, and then runs quite wide off this one. And Jamo's gone off the road. Jamo's gone off the road. These cars proving very hard to handle. Jamo goes rallycrossing somewhere on one of the other club section of tracks, which we'll be racing later on. And now he joins back on. There he is, over the mound. Back joins the track, 6th place. So he's not lost too many positions, but back down to 6th place. So he'll have dirt all over his tyres. Azar Blade will be waiting in the wings to pick up any spoils. There's Blakeney now with James Deluxe still behind him, going defensive towards the first corner. James Deluxe backs off just before the first corner, just biding his time, keeping the pressure on. There's 10 laps in this, there's 5 remaining. So got plenty of time to try and catch up and make a move. Just got to wait for that mistake to be made. I don't think they're catching the Mercedes out front. They are both 5 seconds ahead of each other retrospectively. And then we've got Neil closed up in the background with a very, very aerodynamically challenged BMW there. That's well, that would probably add some downforce to the front, you'd think, with the bonnet in that shape. Looks like a front wing that's been attached to the bonnet, but hey ho, I've seen cars in worse shape. As you see Jamo there in 6th place after that spin, just recovering. And then further back we've got Keith and Stevie, still quite close near the back, so Stevie trying to catch up somewhat, but this car not suiting a lot of people. A lot of people electing to go for it because it's the car of choice of, it's a good all-rounder, the BMW. It's got some decent speed and it's got decent cornering. So TY definitely retired or disconnected from the race now, so in 11th place, 3 minutes behind the leaders, so definitely a retirement there from TY. But yeah, the Mercedes, as we look at SHAREx there, very powerful car indeed. Bidzster trying to catch up, and now we've got Blakeney, James Deluxe and Neil all battling out for this podium place. So Blakeney with rear damage, James Deluxe with what a BMW should look like, and then we've got Neil with what a BMW should not look like at the front. So if you put them all together, it's front and rear damage. As we go out of the first corner, down towards the kink, James Deluxe closer this time, Looks like he might be trying to set up into the hairpin maybe. He gets a good run through there, I think I'm right. He's going to try and set up for the hairpin. Blakeney goes slightly defensive there, but then goes back onto his line. Knows he's just far ahead enough to actually make the move. These cars very, very twitchy and very much a handful on the handling. So it gives you respect for the guys that used to drive them back in the day. These 70s and 60s, 70s beasts. Very nice cars. No traction control, none of that rubbish on these cars. Your right foot is your traction control. And your arms will be having arm pump at the end of the race because there's no power steering. Obviously that is real life. We have a variety of people on wheels and controllers in this championship, but still the cars are very hard to handle. As Blakeney comes out of that kink, and then James Deluxe moves out, so he must have had a bad run there. Blakeney, James Deluxe moves to the inside into the corner, a little bit of contact, but no, just Blakeney trying to squeeze him down. He's trying to shut the door, but James Deluxe putting his foot well in the doorway and saying thank you very much, I'll take third place as he goes to start lap 7. Neil Farmack might now have a look, but I don't think he's going anywhere with those aerodynamics. So it's James Deluxe slowing down on the straight. So James Deluxe there looked like he was slowing down on the straight there. I don't know what's up there, but he's still... Is he ahead? No, he's side by side with Blakeney into the first corner. Oh, brave stuff. Blakeney goes wide, gives him plenty of room, and then goes on and then goes ahead. So unless James Deluxe has got some kind of engine damage, but I don't think he will have engine damage. But James Deluxe goes back to 4th place, and Neil, who we're looking at there, with another chance to try and pass James Deluxe now. So Blakeney back into 3rd place. So good stuff here, good little battle as we just have a little look back at Keith and Stevie. Yeah, still close together, but Keith still ahead, trying to keep up with Footman. The car for Team White. Meanwhile, Team Blue in the lead from Team Black, and then it's Team Green 3rd for now. Blakeney for Team Green in 3rd, doing well for Team Green's points. Jamo in 4th. Sorry, James Deluxe in 4th. It's because it says Jam. I'm so used to seeing Jamo when it comes up with Jam on the little left-hand side of the screen, but because we've got James Deluxe and Jamo, we've got JAM in both. As Neil gets a good run out of that corner. James Deluxe goes a bit wide. Neil's going to be up the inside here. We'll look at Neil up the inside. Will James Deluxe try and... Yes, he will. He'll try and keep the position around the outside, but he's going to have better speed onto the straight, but Neil Farmack gets the car straightened up quicker. And then onto the straight we go. Now this will tell if James Deluxe has got any power issues. I don't think he has. No, he's not. He's staying with Neil there. So I don't know what happened the other lap for him to let Blakeney back through. But only he will know. As he goes for the inside. Oh, there's a little bit of contact there. I don't know if there was, but backs out of it anyway. Neil Farmack resumes 4th place. As we look now, Stevie and Keith. Keith having a go at Stevie now. Goes to the inside to try and overtake. Stevie tries to move across, but Keith's already there. But then no, backs out of it. Not going to do it into the first corner, not going to risk all, and then runs wide onto the grass. But Stevie again struggling with the handling of that car. Footman, again, they're both catching Footman as well, so Footman looks like he's struggling also. So as we go around, yeah, you see Footman's really struggling there. Very, very wide line, very weird line there. Stevie closing right up, going for the inside into the hairpin. Into the hairpin we go. Stevie up the inside. Stevie goes through for Team Red. So Stevie up to 8th place, extra couple of points. As we go through there nicely, and we look back at Neil trying to catch Blakeney again, but Blakeney again keeping it consistent, keeping a good pace. That's what you want to do in these cars, is good consistency, win your races. As we quickly look back now, Stevie with Footman all over the back of him now. Footman's not giving up, no way. As we go into the right-hander. Oh, Footman taking out the tyres. Talk about track limits. That was beyond. But Footman goes backwards now. Keith says, thank you very much, Sunshine. You can do that all day. I'll take it. As you see, Stevie coming to the hairpin there. Keith in 9th place. Again, doing well in this race. Not doing too bad. Keeping it. You've got to be in it to win it. And consistency pays off. Keith's currently 4th in the championship for consistency. As we look at Blakeney now with Neil Farmack and James Deluxe still in hot pursuit. Again, all three very close together. as we come to this complex section. Again, the next race after this will be on the outer loop section, which will probably favour the Mercedes even more because of the more acceleration zones, but there's less places to overtake. But then the last one will be the club version, which is basically like the outer loop. You'll see it later on, but it's a lot more twisty. There's Neil Farmack now trying anything he can just to try and close up to Blakeney. One more lap left after this one. As we go towards the last corner. Cyrex has already started his last lap with Bidzster following suit 5 seconds behind, so Cyrex in control of this race. Blakeney trying to keep these two cars off his back for a podium finish. But Neil's closing up as we start the last lap of the race. Neil's closing up. The aero definitely not affecting that BMW too much, but it'll be affecting his vision. As we go into the turn one, he's very late on the brakes, he's almost on the grass. He's going to try and go around the outside of Blakeney. Bit of brave stuff if he does. And has he done it? Yes! Round the outside of the first corner. Fantastic driving from Neil Farmack, wouldn't expect anything less. Very good driving there from Neil Farmack. Blakeney will be, his eyeballs will be as wide as his hand with that, or as wide as the wheels, because that was an astonishing move. Brilliant stuff. But Blakeney goes back and he's got to watch his mirrors now, because James Deluxe will be all over the back of him as well. Neil's got a little bit of a gap here, so that helped him out there as we come around this section. But here's Cyrex coming out the penultimate corner down towards the last corner. He's done very well in this race. Pole position, fastest lap, and now he's going to be going for the race win. Beautifully drifts that Mercedes out of the last corner, comes towards the line, and it's victory for Cyrex in race one. Fantastic stuff for Cyrex, he wins race one. Bidzster's going to be second, he flashed the lights, he's happy with that from the back of the grid. Neil Farmack into the last corner. Will James Deluxe have a look at Blakeney into the last corner? Neil Farmack's going to be third, Blakeney's running wide. Blakeney's running wide, James Deluxe has a little look, but no, that's not going to be good enough. Neil Farmack crossed the line in third, Blakeney fourth, James Deluxe in fifth, Jamo in sixth place. RZR Blade is going to come across the line in seventh position. Then it is going to be Stevie. There he is. Stevie in eighth position, won the battle with Keith. So Stevie coming across the line in a minute in eighth place. But it's not over till it's over. Keith and Footman coming towards the line now. One mistake from Keith and Footman's got an extra position. Into the last corner for the last time, into it. Keith for the very, very fast in. A little bit wide, but no, he's going to get away with that. Keith is going to finish in 9th place. Good job there by Keith, and Footman in 10th. T. White with a retirement in that one, unfortunately. So, okay guys, let's take you through that result then. So Cyrex was your winner in that by 5 seconds from Bidzster, second in the other Mercedes. Mercedes being dominant here. Neil Farmack in third position, first in the BMWs, then it was Blakeney in fourth, James Deluxe fifth, Jamo in 6th position, RZR 7th, Stevie in 8th place, Keith 9th, and Footman rounds out the 10. So Cyrex, there he is, there's your winner, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care.